Welcome back, guys. Episode 9 of the Back of the House Boys podcast show, whatever you want to call it. Your boy Angel, aka 60. Back with my co host.
Thank you for having me back. Sorry I wasn't here last week. It's Buck.
We had to cut his check last week. So that's why the funds weren't coming through. So that's why he didn't come, do his part of the show. But
I had to surrender my game
we
check
made it.
last week.
Yeah, game check. He got fined, paid the whole 9 yards. But now we're back
Yep.
in business. So, yep, episode 9. I'll be honest. Well, before we get into like college football and football or NFL, nothing much to really talk about other sports wise, I guess. Well, Rangers World Series win. NBA kicked
Mhm.
off. Don't really care much about the NBA or basketball. Maybe college basketball is pretty cool, but I'll definitely get into it, especially during the off season because not much to do. Um, Hockey, that freak accident. If you have watched it, I do apologize,
Scary.
but yeah, it is a. I mean, that's a scary ass game, but rip to Buddy. But yeah, a lot of controversy with that. You can go find that on the internet. But you know, guy that did it, I've heard he's like one of the most penalized players ever in the game of hockey. He had like a
That is
record
wild.
penalty. Yeah. He's like known for being a dirty player, which
Jeez.
when you have a fucking deadly weapon, on the bottom of your
Yeah.
fucking boot, like it's just. I mean, Buddy needs to
Crazy.
serve some fucking time for that. But anyways,
So,
we're not the legal system, so we have nothing to do with that. And yeah, as far as other sports go, I mean, Rangers World Series, like we said, NBA's back in, NHL, obviously, you know, it's not Stanley Cup yet, so not really it for me. Soccer, um, soccer, but yeah. Anyways,
mhm.
college football. Before we get into NFL, last week I do apologize. I did not really watch much of the games because the games I did think were going to be games ended up not becoming games. Well, not really. There was a lot of good games. The biggest disappointment for me was the Utah game. That was pretty sad because Utah will probably not make the Pac-12 championship now. Not probably, or probably they probably won't. But yeah, Oregon is a serious threat to the CFP, but they do. I think they have some good matchups coming up, which we'll look into when it comes to like the preview. But just reviewing last week, I mean, like I said, it was a good weekend. Unfortunately, Alabama was not on the schedule for me, but it doesn't mean your team didn't play. Um, Starting off with the matches, of the week and early, just going from the early window to the late window on Saturday. Buck, also feel free to jump in if you do or if you want to,
Mhm.
obviously. So for some reason, I know this matchup was a little later in the day, but just going, oh, it's probably because of ranking. So
Mhm.
Georgia, Florida is going to be the first one. Did watch this game. I think the biggest stat that I took away from this was that, well, other than Georgia can still play ball without Brock Bowers, um, is that Florida scored for the first time on the first drive since like 2015. I'm probably stupid. It's probably wrong. Anyways, it's been a while since Florida scored on the opening drive against Georgia, and yeah, I think last time they won that game. Obviously, this did not fucking happen. So if you're a Florida fan, I do apologize. Georgia are still them dogs, and who can beat this team other than Bama?
Who knows?
But anyways, the East pretty much locked. I'm saying this because I'm trying to fade everybody that has Georgia.
Missouri. Missouri.
Anyways, yeah, Carson Beck still kind of a dog. Lad McConkey is a weapon of mass destruction. But he will never see an NFL field. But that's another topic for another day. And
When is next Julian Edelman? I don't want to hear it.
now Graham Mertz. You are a super duper senior because you are not
Yes,
making it
damn
out of
right.
the league this year. But yeah, if you're a Florida fan, I'm sorry. If you're a Georgia fan, eventually you are going to lose. Trust me. Anyways, Ohio State, Wisconsin was the next up on the rankings. Uh, Ohio forgot that they had to play Ohio
Mm-hmm.
State. Um, Ended up beating a Wisconsin team coached by Luke Fickell, which, in my opinion, really didn't have a chance. I don't really care for Big Ten ball, but Ohio State again. Your day will come. Maybe not against Penn State like I thought it would be. But yeah, you still have to play Michigan, and guess what? They have your signs. They have your signals. So good luck. Good luck
Did you talk about
learning.
that last week?
Yeah, yeah. Good luck learning a fucking offense. In time to that Michigan doesn't already know. But that's another topic for another day. Michigan, obviously, a fucking shit dumpster fire. But yeah, Florida State at Wake Forest. Florida State is not stopping. I told you after that Clemson win. Yeah, they've had a couple close games, but in that Duke game, I think that was last week. But I mean, this team is it's just straight go. I mean, what? Who else are you gonna?
Mm-hmm.
UNC is a fraud. You are going to destroy
UNC is fraudulent.
UNC. You're going to
Yeah.
destroy UNC once you see them in the ACC championship. There really is no more competition left in that division, in my opinion. Washington, Stanford. Washington is on a downslope after beating Oregon. They have survived barely the past couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you beat them by double. Well, no, it wasn't even double digits. It was 9. You beat Stanford, which Stanford is a good team. I mean, you saw what they did to Colorado. Your, playoff
Mm-hmm.
team. Preseason playoff team. For all you casuals, but I mean, Washington still got some good matchups. I think they still play USC, so that's obviously a good one. And then also, I think, well, yeah, they still got a good. Yeah, I was about to say they still got Wazoo. Yeah, you still got a couple good games left on the schedule, so they still got to go to Utah. I think, if I saw that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Washington. It's hard to go undefeated nowadays, unless you're Georgia and you play in the East. But yeah, BYU Texas. I thought BYU was going to exploit Malik Murphy, but obviously I am a casual. Malik Murphy is a dog. I was waiting for the Arch Manning season to come, but yeah, uh,
Yeah.
Oregon Utah. That was one of like my highlight games of the week. Turned out to be one of the worst fucking games of the weekend. Utah. Yeah, I know that they don't have Cam Rising, which is the biggest reason I picked them to go back to back. But now with 2 losses, I don't really see them. Well, it's going to be absurd to see them go to the Pac-12 championship. This team is different with Cam Rising, and I think he has eligibility to come back next year as well. So yeah, Oregon, Bo Nix, super senior, is
Mhm.
also has the opportunity to come back next year. But
Is
yeah,
he really?
I think so. I think he's a
Oh
senior.
my gosh.
So he still has another year available because of COVID. 1 or 2. I don't know the whole
I
math
thought he was a
situation.
6th year already, or a
No,
5th year already.
I think he's a senior. Like, because he started as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he also started his 55th career C or FBS game, which is a national record.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Bo Nix is going to be a double Heisman and a Natty champ because he's the next Stetson Bennett. Anyways, Utah obviously got dismantled. Oregon offensively is a really good team. Defensively, I think they're a okay team. Utah's offense is obviously not the same without Cam Rising, and that quarterback, I forget his name. I know he's like a walk on, but yeah, I mean what he did to USC last week was awesome, and obviously Utah's had USC's number for a while now, especially Caleb's. But I mean, you kind of just gave everything you had the week prior, and then you have to go home and, hopefully do the same thing to Oregon. But obviously, Oregon probably has your signs as well. So good luck doing that. Penn State, you see,
Yeah,
they kind of survived Indiana, I guess you would say. I didn't
they
really.
were Yeah, but they were favored by like 30
Oh,
against Indiana,
I mean, it's
and
just
they ended up, yeah,
Penn
it's
State. I
just,
mean, are they frauds?
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I
that's what
don't,
I said last week. It was just kind of like, when is Penn State going to take the next jump? I mean, they've been doing this year in and year out, just kind of living in the shadow of Michigan and Ohio State. You know, at some point, these guys have to take over. James Franklin is like 0-9 when it comes to,
mm,
I think, top 10 ranked matchups on the road.
yeah,
So, I mean, that obviously has to change at some point, especially if you're going to be the coach. I guess the franchise coach is what you call it. The what you know what I'm talking about.
the
Oregon
face of
State
the brand.
drops one to Arizona. Uh, DJ Uiagalelei was not having fun. Didn't really watch this game.
Pac-12, Pac-12 past dark.
Yeah,
The only
Pac-12.
one of the two true Pac-12 teams left, right?
Yeah, it is one of the only two teams.
One of the two
DJ
best.
will be coming back as well
Mm.
because he will not be in the league. Not yet, at least. Sorry, DJ, big fan. Anyways,
Arizona is 5-3. Holy cow! And they
yeah,
almost beat. They should have beat USC.
yeah, bro.
And then
Arizona is solid, and also another thing too is it's their freshman quarterback.
they kept up with Washington last week too, right?
Yeah, yeah. It took Washington a pick six
That's what it
to
was.
win the
Yeah,
game.
true
So
freshman quarterback, right?
yeah. Ole Miss dismantled Vandy. Ole Miss is still a really good team, and I think, well, I know they play Georgia. So
Yeah, they do.
if you're a Dogs fan, Jackson Dart's coming, Lane's coming. So watch that ace.
The SIP.
The sip is coming
They have to go
hard.
to Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, shocker!
Nah, but I mean,
They
Ole
don't want,
Miss they're a good team.
they don't want the SIP.
Yeah.
They don't want to come to the SIP.
Notre Dame dismantled Pitt. I guess they figured out that they were still a good team after beating USC. North Carolina is. Oh, they did. They lost their second game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, they are definitely frauds. If you are a UNC fan, please shut the fuck up and get ready for basketball. I told you Drake May is a fraud, and I stand on that. Caleb will be the number one quarterback off the board. Drake May
Drake May has
will be
300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Drake May will be a good backup in the NFL.
Drake May
He,
didn't have a defense.
it doesn't
Drake May
matter.
has never had a defense.
Don't care. Don't care.
Has not had a defense 1 year
He
at
could have had a defense, but he got scared because Bryce committed there. You know
Never
what?
had a
Real
defense.
fans know what I'm talking about. Anyways, Bryce was the answer. He always was. And
Did Bryce give you
Drake,
guys a
you're a
natty?
fraud.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the. Basically, yeah.
When did he give you a natty?
When he was a freshman, he was the scout team quarterback.
He didn't even play.
No, he played like two. He had like two games that he like stepped into. He threw a
Okay.
he threw a dot to Devontae against Kentucky.
When they were smoking him probably in garbage time.
Hey man, a win is a win.
Sure.
He contributed to the natty. Hey, he's the first Alabama quarterback Heisman, I think, ever. I don't think this is me
I
being
don't
a
know.
fucking casual. I don't think Joe Namath won the Heisman.
I have no clue.
I'm not that old, so I wouldn't fucking know. Anyways,
Drew, you started watching it when Saban got there?
yeah, I started watching him back in like 2020. So,
That's when you first started getting serious, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Duke Louisville. For some reason, I fucking
Duke.
thought that Duke was gonna win this game,
Same.
and clearly they put up a fucking goose egg.
They fell back down to
Is
earth.
Louisville back? No, I'm kidding. They're not back.
No.
America's team is 8-0. Air Force is 8-0.
Yes, they are.
If Air Force is on your schedule, good luck. Tennessee, Kentucky. This game was really good until Tennessee won. No, I'm kidding. It was a good game. It was a good game. Devin Leary figured out how to play football in like the first half,
Of course
and
it did.
he pulled a Joe Milton last week, 2 weeks
Yeah, did
ago.
he really?
Yeah, where he like plays the first half and then he just shits his pants the second half. That's what
Yeah, and
Devin
then we
Leary did.
figured it out this week.
Yeah,
Of course.
everybody figures it out against Tennessee.
That's how it
Hey,
goes.
your luck is UGA's already figured it out. Maybe they don't figure it out when they play you guys.
Yeah, some
Reverse
reverse
psychology.
psychology
There
there.
you go.
Yeah.
As far as the top 25 or the rest of the top 20, Tulane end up winning a nail biter. They're still ranked. UCLA, that game is a lot closer than it actually felt. Offensively, Colorado could not do shit. I think Travis Hunter had like 2 or 3 picks. Defensively, they
Mhm,
were turning over UCLA so much, but
mhm.
UCLA's defense is legit. Can't
How is
wait.
USC still ranked?
Um, because they have Caleb Williams. Yeah,
Dang.
USC. That game was sick. If you didn't watch it, Cal was destroying them, and then Caleb forgot he was last year's Heisman and brought the team back. And Cal ends up losing on a failed 2 point attempt, which I think now that I think about it, I think there was like a potential PI that didn't get called. So
No
USC
clue.
money must be different.
That's the right move if you're Cal, I think. Try to put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
3-5 or three and
I
four at the
mean,
time. So
LSU did that shit last year to us.
exactly.
So we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. James
James Madison.
still ranked. As far as the other matchups go, um, South Carolina A&M was one of the games I was watching, hoping Spencer Rattler could destroy A&M, but I forgot that his offensive line was fucking garbage.
Yeah,
Kansas
it's
State
bad.
obliterated Houston. That was another big one because I think Kansas State and Texas are playing this week. I think. Don't get me
Wait,
wrong.
did you mention Oklahoma and Kansas?
Oh shit! Did not mention Oklahoma. That game was pretty good. Kansas was whipping their tail before the lightning storm, and was probably going to give Oklahoma some momentum to like try and figure things out, and they did. At one point, they jumped out, took the lead, but Kansas is Jason Bean, not Jaden Daniels, ends up think having the walk off touchdown, which it wasn't really a walk off, but go ahead touchdown. There you go. It was a go ahead touchdown, and the Oklahoma ends up losing on the final play because they got the ball batted down on like a
Mm.
30-yard pass to the end zone. But yeah, overall, it was still a really good game. Kansas's first W against Oklahoma, I think in 16 years. How's that?
Good
You know
lord.
what that feels like?
They rushed the field. I know exactly what that feels
Oh
like.
yeah, no, the goalpost ended in the local lake.
Local lake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw a
It's like
video
the
of it.
Tennessee River. It's not the same.
Anyways, yeah. If you're an Oklahoma fan, your season is still alive, but you did lose to Kansas, so can't really make fun of Texas anymore.
Beat Texas again.
Another game that I want to highlight real quick is Clemson NC State. If you're a Clemson fan, I do apologize to the one friend that I do have that's a Clemson fan. I'm sorry, but anyways, NC State came out to play defense. Clemson offensively is bad, and I'm so glad we did not get Garrett Riley. Tommy Reese is the answer. Clemson drops one to NC State and is 500. They are 4-4. It is absurd. If you're looking
Did you
into
hear
the
the
season, preseason wise, I think
that
he's
tangent Dabo went on?
yeah. Dabo, he calls out his fans. He's like, "We're not there through the bad. You don't deserve to be there. Be there through the good." You know, basically just calling out the fans. The other thing I wanted to highlight is through the years of 2018 to 2020, Clemson lost a total of 3 games,
Good lord.
and through the years of 2021 to present, they have lost a total of 10 games. Same year spans, 3 years, and the difference in that.
4 games just this year.
Yep. If you would have looked ahead at this point in the season, I don't think I would have picked Clemson to be 4-4. But I mean, that's just the way it's college football. That's why we love it. Your
Mhm.
team can be on top of the world one day, and then the next day you're dropping 2 games to shit teams, in the last play of the game. And both of them, well, one of them, the field gets rushed and the goalpost gets taken down, and the other one, you end up losing to a shitty head coach in their home stadium with bad officiating on a 2-point try to go ahead and knock you out. If you don't know what I'm talking about last year's Alabama team. But yeah,
Awesome, Rick.
Mississippi State sucks.
Yes.
Just going through the list real quick. Looks like about it to me. I'll be honest.
Mhm.
Not a big group of 5 guy, but it's just because hey, that's these are the schools that bring the revenue. If I don't highlight your team, I do apologize. ASU ends up beating Washington State. That one was pretty cool. But yeah, that is pretty much. Another thing is Sam Houston is still winless, so feel
Wow,
bad for Sam Houston.
that's crazy. They've been on like the cusp for like the past 4 weeks.
And yeah, going into this week. Ooh, excuse me. As far as like the weekday matchups, nothing really to highlight for me at least. TCU Texas Tech, but I don't really think that game has much implication as far as like the Pac-12 goes. But looking at Saturday slate, it's going to be a really good Saturday if you're a college football fan.
This is the first week of
Um,
the CFP rankings, right?
yeah, the week. Well, I guess you would call it week 0 or week 1. I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah.
The first official ones that are supposed to be set out during November, but I
Mhm.
think they released like a week 9 ranking. Anyways, if you are a sports better, Rutgers, Ohio State, Rutgers is gonna. The Scarlet Knights are gonna have fun.
Rutgers will cover. Book it.
The Scarlet Knights will have fun this weekend. But yeah, Ohio State's probably gonna dismantle Rutgers. I do apologize for the Scarlet Knight fans. But yeah, just to kind of kick off the slate, Kansas State, Texas is a noon kickoff here. If you live on the West Coast and you like college football, I do apologize because
That's
this is
11 a.m. there. That's crazy.
it's 11 a.m. there, but it's 9 a.m. in Cal.
West Coast, yeah.
That's
Damn.
horrible. Anyways, one of probably the biggest games in the Big 12 is taking place this weekend. Kansas State, Texas should be a really good game. I do feel bad for Texas because they don't have their starting quarterback. So Malik Murphy obviously proved it against BYU, but what are you going to do against a good Kansas State team who was the Big 12 winners last year? Yeah, they were the Big
Mhm.
12 champs. So obviously Kansas State is feeling like they got that dog in them, especially now that you're playing a backup quarterback. So it should be a really good game. Definitely going to tune into that. A&M Ole Miss. This one will be really good. You got Lane Kiffin against Jimbo in the SIP at 11 a.m. I feel bad.
11 a.m. in the SIP. God,
I feel bad for being a beer on Saturday in SIP. So if you're a beer, good luck.
you won't survive the day.
Anyways, give me the SIP.
Yeah. Oh, you want to
Um,
do pick 'em? We can do that.
sure, we can do it. We can do that. Rutgers. I'm kidding. Ohio State,
Ohio
Kansas
State,
State, Ole Miss,
Kansas State.
and we're just gonna do pick them against like games we obviously are gonna keep an eye on. To be honest, Notre Dame, Clemson. That should be a good game. Historically, I think Clemson handles Notre Dame. Well, recently, not historically.
What's
Um,
Sam Harden's like record against Clemson?
he never beat him.
Really?
He never beat Clemson at Wake Forest. Last year was like the
Mm.
biggest one that was gonna like. I think it was like 3 points. He ends up losing.
Mm.
I think on the final drive.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Notre Dame. I feel bad because
Mm.
Clemson's probably gonna bounce back this week, knowing me. But yeah, UConn as who I'm taking in the next game. I won't really say anything. I'm kidding. Tennessee will.
Homecoming this week.
Oh, there you go. Homecoming at 12. That is disgusting. You got
Wild.
tickets?
I'll be out of town. Otherwise, I would have been there.
Yeah. Give me the Rocky Top. Figuring it out this week again.
Hopefully, we'll see some Nico, man. I don't know why we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like,
You got the
I don't know.
Hogs against the Gators. Give me the Hogs. Sam Pittman. It's hard to hate that coach. Wisconsin, Indiana. I don't care. Don't really care about Big Ten ball. South Carolina will hopefully beat Jacksonville State this week. Campbell might give North Carolina a run for their money. And then we got Sam Houston, who is going to figure it out this week against Kennesaw State. Give me Sam Houston. Money line, cover, straight up. Utah, Arizona State. I mean, that game should be good. ASU's been doing, they're not bad. They're not a bad team.
Mhm.
And Utah obviously needs to figure it out, especially if they want to try to have any kind of hopes for the Pac 12 champ. The two dogs that upset UNC in the bowl of their life on the
The
CW
UNC Bowl right
network.
here.
Yeah, the UNC
Yeah,
Bowl, the Drake May Bowl,
the
Drake
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 May,
May Pack Bowl.
the May Bowl,
Give
the
me
Mac
give me
Brown Bowl.
Haynes King 15.
Virginia is favored. That's got to be the first time this
This year,
year,
yeah,
the past
definitely.
year and a half that they're
GT is
favored.
dog in Virginia. Wait,
Yeah,
Virginia beat. Who did Virginia play
they beat
last week?
Carolina.
They put. Did they beat Miami? Was that the game last week? You go back and look.
Uh,
I think
I don't know. Let me see.
Virginia played somebody last week. Air Force Army. I'm an Army guy, but I think Air Force has got this one.
It's America's team, and they fell.
Yeah, they
That's
did. Well, it's
ridiculous.
because it's the playoff rankings now.
Still ridiculous.
Yeah.
They beat William and Mary in
Oh,
Carolina. They lost to Miami last week by 3.
that's what I'm saying. That's what it
No
was.
T. Yeah.
Yeah. See, they played Miami. At one point, they were up. That's why I just remembered.
Mm.
Um, Going down the list, some more. Missouri at Georgia. Do not let Brady cook. Cook.
What time is it? 3:30. Yeah.
Yeah, that game, it will be sick. If you are a dog fan, I do apologize because guess what? You're playing an offense this week. So that defense
Luther
better
Burden. This is
figure
his
it out.
Blitnikoff breakout.
Bro.
His Blitnikoff
Oh, and
solidification,
Theo
I should say.
Weiss. I think Theo Weiss is the other wide receiver in Missouri. He's an Oklahoma player. So yeah, I mean this
Mm.
game is going to be sick. If it's a blowout, I will cry. So please, Missouri, keep it close.
Bro, just keep a fight up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
please, just try
make
to
it
do
close.
something.
Give them something. Yeah.
Make this team look beatable, I guess.
Please. Like, just not even beatable. Just like, I don't know.
I'll be
Don't lose
honest.
by
If
2 scores.
Georgia doesn't play Alabama in the SEC championship, they're undefeated. If they play LSU, you are going to get a repeat of last year. So, if you are an SEC fan and don't want to see Georgia win it again, you better cheer for the Tide this weekend. Anyways, Florida State, Pittsburgh. I want to say this is going to be a slaughter fest, but shit happens. It's the ACC. It's weird.
Mm.
Florida State. Oh, Missouri is who I'm going with. Game prior. Florida State.
Wow. Solid. 12th. That's got to be their highest ranking in years.
Oh yeah. Who are you going with?
I want to say my heart says Missouri, but my gut says Virginia or Georgia. I just don't think they're gonna lose at home. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Some reverse psychology there. Georgia. I want Georgia to win.
Yes, go dogs.
Go Dogs! I'm gonna start barking at people because I love Georgia. I want Georgia to win. I want
Dang.
Georgia to be lossless when they come to
Oklahoma
Knoxville.
dropped to 9. Wait,
What
so
was
who are
it?
you going with? Georgia?
Georgia.
Okay, Georgia, FSU, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Oklahoma State for the last time
that's crazy.
in
They're
a
not getting
while.
that. Yeah.
The Bedlam series. I mean, Oklahoma is obviously struggling right now. 2 really close games, end up dropping one to Kansas after the Texas loss. And now you have to go to Oklahoma State to play a coach that you have played plenty, and Mike Gundy is the guy that would beat this team.
I
I know
think
he doesn't have a quarterback. Well, this is me assuming they're ranked. I haven't. I mean, I am being a fucking casual. I have no idea who the quarterback is for Oklahoma State. But yeah, this should be a really good game, and it's the last one for a while, at least unless the SEC honors, this game. I don't know if they will. Um,
um
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'm trying to find
Their quarterback
Oklahoma State's Alan Bowman.
right over the
I
fucking head.
I don't know.
I'm going with the boomer Sooners, but
Mhm.
the Cowboys.
I think they bounce back.
Watch out for them Cowboys.
Yeah.
Penn State remembered how to play ball kind of last week. If you don't figure if you kind of not wake up, Maryland could get you. Maryland did
Mm.
drop to Northwestern last week, so I do want to point that out.
Ooh.
Um, but watch out, Penn State, watch out. Louisville, getting Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech isn't bad, but they're not at home, so
Mm-hmm.
Louisville.
Give me the Cards.
Tulane playing East Carolina. I think East Carolina is like actually a bad team. So
Mm-hmm.
Tulane.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you got Iowa Northwestern. That might be a shootout. Don't really need to say much
7
about that
total
game.
points scored in that game.
Probably. Just going on the list. Oh, you got the spoiler makers at Michigan. But guess what? If you're a Purdue fan, whatever you do, Michigan knows. So good
You
fucking
cannot
luck.
win.
You cannot beat Michigan. No one can because
No,
they know everything.
because they know what you're gonna do before you do it.
Yep.
So
So good luck to the spoiler makers.
Washington USC is this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
In the Coliseum.
And USC
USC.
is 20th? That is crazy.
It's that Caleb Williams effect. USC
Good lord.
is they've been having some close games. Offensively, I think this is going to be a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going with USC. I like it, Michael Penix a lot, but at some point these close games will get you.
Mm-hmm.
That's Alabama.
Who's more clutch? You think like Penix or Williams? I'd say
I
Williams.
think Williams is clutch. Williams, in my opinion, is the number one quarterback in this draft coming up, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean he's the reason they won last week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's the reason they had the opportunity to win against Utah. You know, obviously
Mm-hmm.
the Notre Dame game was horrible, but you
Yeah.
know he's still got that dog in him. So I think this is kind of the game that you want Caleb Williams on your team,
Mm-hmm.
especially after all the doubt. I'm going
Yeah.
with USC. Who you going with?
Yeah. I don't know. Like you said, I guess USC is I mean like they're up there and I mean like Caleb Williams and that offense is crazy, but yeah, I think this will be a shootout and it'll probably just be whoever has the ball last.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Washington's favored. Give me the Huskies. Just cuz I think it's close.
Ooh.
Give me the real dogs.
And game of the year, if you're a Bama fan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kentucky, Mississippi State.
Fuck no. Um, obviously last year didn't go our way in Baton Rouge. I will say I am more nervous about this game than I was the Tennessee game, and I was nervous for the Tennessee game. This game right here pretty much summarizes your season. Yeah, you can go and finish it out, but you'll be a potential NY6, if that, if you get lucky. But this is the game. I'm hoping for that 2015 season esque. Blake Sims coming in clutch. Just, I'm actually like terrified of this game. Jaden Daniels is arguably the best quarterback in the nation, MPJ I know has been slipping. Bo Nix has obviously had his games. Caleb Williams has been slacking a little bit, and Drake May is a fraud. So,
Malik Neighbors, can we talk about him?
Jordan Travis, yeah, Jordan Travis, obviously. But yeah, Malik Neighbors, which in my opinion, Kool Aid gets on that ass. That shit is strapped. Malik
Yeah,
Neighbors,
that's
you are getting
unbiased,
strapped.
completely unbiased, right?
Nah, nah, nah. Kool Aid is he's arguably number one corner, top two corners taken next year. But
I think him and
there's
Neighbors both were like mid-season All-Americans.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we got Dallas Turner and Kool Aid, and they have Jaden and Malik Neighbors, midseason All American. So it's you know one on one, one on one. You got Turner on Jaden, you got Kool Aid on Neighbors. So arguably one of the best games of the year coming up, and just got to neutralize the quarterback. Nothing much really to say. If we can shut down Jaden this game, pretty much we can handle. Our defense is obviously better than LSU's. So offensively, we got to figure it out kind of like the second half against Tennessee. But defensively, this is the biggest game of the year. And I
I
fucking
think
hate
I'm
Brian Kelly. So please do not let me see Brian Kelly win on our field. Ever, please.
getting them at home at night. That's huge, though.
Yeah. We made it a night game, just kind of like they made it a night game last year. Home field advantage. If you're in Tuscaloosa, uh, turn the fuck up. Obviously, I can't be there because I'm a fucking broke guy. Anyways, whatever. But yeah, biggest game of the year, night game, Alabama. Just show the fuck out. That's it. Nothing really much else to say. Um, yeah, roll tide and fuck Brian Kelly. You want to say anything? Who you going with? Tell me the
Uh,
Tigers. Tell me the Tigers.
who have they lost to? Their two losses.
Ole Miss and FSU.
So does Old Piss leave? Do they lead the West right now?
They will lead the West, but
If you lose,
if Ole Miss drops one more, LSU would have to win outright to become or to represent the West.
are they? They're number one in the West right now, though, right?
Alabama's the number one, Ole Miss is number two, and LSU's number three. But Ole Miss has Georgia in the future.
Who is
LSU has A&M in the future after this game.
who is LSU's no LSU's loss, or who's Ole Miss's loss? Oh, you
Bama,
guys, right?
yeah,
Okay. Oh, okay, got you. So you are number one.
yeah. We have a non-conference loss.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, just casual moment with Buck. I should know better.
you're all good, man. You're an East guy.
Yeah, I would know. It's just Georgia. You know, just Georgia's just
Yeah, imagine having a competitive division.
yeah, it couldn't be us.
Who you going with?
Oh, man, I don't know. I mean, Milrow figured it out against us, shocker, but Daniels is a better quarterback. I think you would agree with that.
Yeah,
But so I'll go LSU just because it's really close.
yeah,
Switch it up, variety.
yeah. I like it. Fade me. Uh, Wazoo, Stanford, arguably a really good game, unranked. Two really good offenses. So hopefully that's a good fucking game. Don't not. I'll pick. I guess I'll pick Wazoo just because I like Cam Ward. Oregon
Pac-12 after
State,
dark.
Colorado. Give me Oregon State. Colorado
Yeah.
is just not there yet, in my opinion.
Hmm.
And UCLA, Arizona. This game right here, low key a sleeper.
Yeah.
Low key. UCLA ranked, Arizona ranked killers.
Yeah.
So watch
Give me the
out.
Wildcats, bro.
I want to go with the Wildcats, but man, UCLA.
You want to do it?
I'm
Come
going
on.
UCLA.
All right. Let's see the Wildcats, man.
All right, Buck. I'm
Pac-12 after dark. You never know.
gonna let you do a speed thing of the NFL real quick. I'm gonna step away for a second.
All
I'll
right.
let you talk. I'll be right back.
All right.
So if you want us to get started on the NFL review from
Yeah.
last week, feel free. I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. So last week, I guess the review starts with. Let's see. I'm trying to remember here. Okay. So yeah, the Thursday game was Bills Bucks. I mean, the Bucks should be in the Bucks. Like Baker Mayfield was at the cycle of like plays like shit, uh, plays good, calls out doubters. Wide receiver gets traded to the other team. We almost had that. I think there were like trade talks with Mike Evans going to somewhere, but it fell through. So we almost completed the cycle this year. Uh, Buccaneers still playing like shit. Um, and then for me, I guess it's not going by time. So the first one right here is the Cowboys Rams. Cowboys beat the Rams by 23. Great. I mean, that's awesome. That's good. Dak had a good game. Threw a pick though, so he sucks. Um, CeeDee Lamb went nuts. Richard Sherman said he wasn't a wide receiver one, and then he went out and had 12 catches for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. Do with that what you will. I think he's been a wide receiver one, but I mean, I think that was a stupid take by Sherman in the first place. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I still think Dallas is pretenders. Huge game coming up this week for Dallas, for the NFL, really. I guess for the NFC at least. We'll talk about that in a second. Vikings Packers. What is happening to the Packers? Fraudulent. I mean, I they started out had a good season. We all thought Jordan Love. I thought Jordan Love was the answer. But the big story of this is the Kirk Cousins Achilles tear, which is absolutely brutal because Cousins was having a great season. Um, Jordan Addison was finally starting to break out, and then just to lose him just to a brutal just injury is awful. And I never was. I mean, like I never really had an opinion on Kirk Cousins. I didn't like him when he was in Washington, uh, because he was in Washington. But watching the documentary on him made me realize that like he's like genuinely just a good person. Um, so that really sucks just for the sport in general that he's out. Falcons Titans. Will Levis, who is playing right now, and the score of that game is 3-7. They are losing to the Steelers currently. Um, But Will Levis had his breakout, his debut. He had 4 touchdowns to DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins had 3 of those 4 touchdowns. 4 catches for 128 yards, 3 touchdowns. Ridiculous from DeAndre. I mean, I think that's for a lot of people. Fantasy managers have been waiting for at least for DeAndre Hopkins just to blow up. Um, Maybe they can get a connection going there. I still don't know why DeAndre Hopkins chose to go to Tennessee of all places. He said he wanted to win, and then he chose to go to Tennessee. So I don't really know what the deal with that was. Dude just loves Nashville. Just loves country music, I guess. Saints Colts. Saints. I mean they pretty thoroughly beat the Colts. Um, Saints are right there at mid. At mid, 4-4. Um, yeah, I didn't watch this game, but I don't know. Derek Carr looks like he had some good stats. Jonathan Taylor's back. Raheem Shaheed. Um, 3 catches for 150 yards and a touchdown. Pretty great stat line. Pats Dolphins. Pats are terrible. Mac Jones is terrible. Um, Dolphins might be fraudulent because it's the because it's the Patriots. Um, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying this because just to get on Angel's nerves. But Waddle had a great game. It looks like 7 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown. Tua, 320 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Interception because he sucks. I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, I mean, I think the Dolphins are still a huge threat in the AFC. You know, um, Jets Giants. Wow, what a terrible game until literally like the last minute and then into overtime. Still not a great game, but it was exciting. Not really. Uh, it was just exciting because I saw the Giants lose, and I like seeing that. Garrett Wilson, he had a great game, or he had an okay game until like the last like 2 minutes into overtime, and then into overtime he had a great game. 7 receptions or 100 yards. Zach Wilson, 240 yards and touchdown. I don't know. This is just ultimately just poverty for 60 minutes plus. Um, the Jets did squeak away with the win on an overtime field goal. Um, then we got Jacksonville Steelers. Jacksonville is 6-2. Um, they're having. I mean, they. I think they're on like a. I don't know, at least 4 game win streak, maybe 3 games. I'm not sure. Maybe longer than that. Um, playing against the Steelers, who are just. I don't know. They still have a winning record, but I mean, I don't know. Their competition, I guess, hasn't been great. Whoever they've played, maybe it has. I don't know. I really haven't paid attention to them that much, but I don't know. I think they're threatening. Mike Tomlin's win streak could be threatened this year. We'll see. Um, Eagles Commanders. Um, Sam Howell had a fantastic day. 400 yards almost, 397, 4 touchdowns, interception. AJ Brown is just insane. He had 2 touchdowns, 8 catches, 130 yards. Great day from him. Hurts, I think, had a great day too, but he hurt his knee, so that could be a big storyline. Also, a big excuse if Dallas beats the Eagles from Eagles fans. We'll talk about that. Um, but yeah, great game from them. The Commanders stopped the tush push, if you can believe that. And then they immediately did like a reverse to make the on the next drive to make the tush push even more lethal. So can't wait for people to start calling to ban the tush push reverse. The Panthers. Holy cow. We can wait to talk about that game because I think Angel was at that game this weekend. Um Seahawks Browns. I don't think I don't think I don't think Deshaun Watson's back. I think it's still PJ Walker. Um but Seahawks barely hold on, it looks like, to the Browns. Um Geno Smith stat line looks all right, and then 2 picks. Um, Broncos lost to Chiefs, or sorry, the Broncos beat the Chiefs, and like it wasn't even remotely close. Russell Wilson showed that he could still be Russell Wilson. Uh, Granted, Mahomes had the flu. Um,
Yo.
I don't know. All I will say is MJ flu game over Mahomes flu game. Isn't that right?
MJ flu game. Oh yeah.
In Yeah, MJ flu game clears Mahomes
Sorry,
flu game.
had to go take care of some business. Call me Paul Pierce. Um. Anyways, back to the regular
Uh,
scheduled program.
I've
I've
talked
heard you.
about all the
Yeah,
games. Yeah, I stopped with the
yeah. I heard
Panthers
you. I
game
heard
if you
you
want
talk
to talk
about
about
that
that.
when I was listening to some. I was paying attention to the audio. Yeah, you're on Cleveland, Seattle, right? Oh no, Kansas City, Denver. You just did that one.
I didn't talk about the Panthers game if you want to talk about that because you were there.
Carolina, Houston. If you watched last week's episode, like I told you, lock of the week, back of the house boys, lock of the week. Panthers money line. Did not disappoint. Great atmosphere. First win of the season. If you were there, you know how it felt. But yeah, I mean, Carolina beats a really good Houston team. CJ Stroud's been having one of the better seasons for a rookie quarterback. Obviously, Bryce has been struggling, but offensively, the Panthers are trash. Thankfully, they figured it out. Defensively, Frankie Louvu had one of the games of the year for a defensive player. I think it was like 3 passes deflected, and I think he had a pick. No, I'm probably tripping. I know he had a couple sacks and a few TFLs, but yeah, I think
Mm.
he one of the biggest stats I saw was he ties Luke Kuechly for franchise record games with like TFL like X amount of TFL sacks and pass deflected. Luke Kuechly had 3,
Wow.
and Frankie Louvu already has 3. So I mean, that's
Wow.
some good. I mean that's some good company.
That's
Is
some great company to be in. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Panthers. It's only up from here. You know, you're not gonna,
Literally.
you're not going 11-6. But starting to figure it out, and hopefully, unfortunately, during the trade, that's another big thing. Trade deadline happened this past week, NFL wise, but the Panthers did not make any moves as far as wide receiver goes. So, um, it was kind of like a slower trade deadline, I think, in my opinion. Biggest news
Yeah.
was really like the signings of Chase Young and just Montez Sweat. But other than
Yeah.
that,
Why would Washington do that?
yeah, no, yeah, Carolina game, awesome, great atmosphere, first game of the season or first win of the season, and a really good Houston team, and only up from here. Seattle, Cleveland, you already did that one. That game was really good, but then Cleveland forgot that PJ Walker was their quarterback. Denver winning the first game in 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. First time beating the Chiefs
Against
in
the
eight
Chiefs.
years.
Good Lord.
8 years had passed. I think that was all of Patrick. Patrick Mahomes was undefeated against the Broncos, and it took
Yeah.
the flu for them, and Taylor Swift not being there. Uh,
Oh, I didn't talk
yeah,
about that.
that,
I'm
that
glad
that
you
was the
mentioned
biggest
it.
thing.
That's exactly why they lost. Okay.
Baltimore, Arizona. Baltimore, in my opinion, is still kind of not there. I know I picked them. I think we need to go back and watch the first episode. We picked like, our I think our division like champions. I
Yeah.
think I picked Baltimore.
Hmm.
Arizona played this a little too close. Yeah, I know it was like riddled by mistakes. That's the reason Dobbs is on the Vikings now. But still a really good game. Offensively, if you're a Cardinals fan, that was horrible. Baltimore still has they still got a lot to figure out. Yeah, the win against the Lions was really big, but I think they had like a record, like Lamar has a record thing. I think against like NFC teams for some stupid reason he like turns into MVP Lamar against NFC teams. But yeah, San Francisco, Cincinnati. I know that's a big one for you.
That was I was watching that game. It was a great game. Joe Burrow, for whatever reason, has to just like meander and forget how to play football for the first 4 games of the season, and then miraculously he just remembers how to play football again. And it couldn't have come at a better time. Couldn't have come to a better team that deserve it. Um, they are now what? 49ers are now 5-3. They've lost
3 in a row
3 in a row. Yeah.
since the
Um,
Cowboys dub.
since the Cowboys dub, since George Kittle said "F Dallas,"
Hey, listen,
they've
we're not
been
we're not on
0-3.
Disney. You can say the F word. Um,
I like to keep PG. All right, just kidding.
PG-13,
But
PG Buck.
okay, frick Dallas, frick the Cowboys, as George Kittle would say. They're 0-3 since then. I will say until I die, my last words will be Brock Purdy is fraudulent. You can have 365 yards when you have Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk, and not you don't even have Debo Samuel. You'll have Debo Samuel. He'll come back. Um, George Kittle. Um, yeah, I'll say it till I die. Um, yeah, 2 back-to-back horrible interceptions by Purdy. One of them was like at pretty close to the goal line. I think the other one might have been fairly close as well. Uh, yeah. What else can I say? And then Joe Burrow just balled. Um, Jamar had a good game too. Um, I think the Bengals went in and I think they scored on their first drive, like setting the tone. So I think that was huge for them. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I think the 49ers are not like they're not dead in the water or anything. Like they definitely I mean, obviously they're making moves on it's their bye week, I think, this week as well.
Yeah, I
Chase
mean,
Young just came in. Ridiculous. Chase
um,
Young for a bag of chips should be illegal,
their
but yet it
defensive
happened.
line now consists of obviously Nick Bosa. I think
Hmm.
Armstead is still
Hmm.
there. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Then they signed Rashawn Gary or no Randy Gregory uh, from the
Yeah.
Broncos. They also signed Clelin Ferrell, who was like a really good pass rusher in college. Did not
Mm,
work out in the Raiders, but obviously a new system. And then also Chase Young. So and
mm.
then they still got Fred
Yeah, I
Warner and
can't
Dre
wait.
Greenlaw. So
Yeah, no, 49ers, they will definitely revive Chase Young. Like, I fully believe he'll return to form, 100%.
yeah,
Like,
I mean
we'll
they
see
won't
his
pay
like
him,
back at his Ohio State days.
so they'll get their
I
pick
mean,
back. So they
yeah,
basically rented him.
they rented him for the year. You think?
Yeah, they rented him for the. Hey, I mean Chase Young will get a Super Bowl out of it. So
We'll see.
yeah, I mean
Um,
Sunday night game was absolutely awful. Chris
yeah,
Collinsworth glazed on the Bears quarterback,
I
talking
can't
about
believe
how
it's just horrible.
yeah, he was talking about how Justin Fields needs to take notes of Tyson Bagent, and then he proceeds to throw like an atrocious pick. Chris Collinsworth. I tend to watch Sunday Night Football on mute, by the
Yeah,
way. So
that's the best way to watch it.
only reason I know is because like media after, like memes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Awful Sunday night game, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers are still fucking ass. If you're a
Mm-hmm.
Chargers fan, I do apologize. And then the Vegas and the Detroit game Monday night.
Gosh, dude,
This
terrible.
score was so much closer than it should have been. Jameer
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs breakout game. I am
Yeah,
a
it's weird.
Jameer Gibbs advocate.
If Jameer Gibbs has one fan, you're his fan. If Jameer Gibbs has no fans, it means you're dead, right?
Probably.
Yeah. But
Or he killed
no,
my
it's like
wife.
crazy.
Sorry, or he killed my family in the future. Well, you said sorry, terrible joke. Anyways,
I was just gonna say it's like crazy that like you know you like start winning and he starts playing better football when he's like used more.
I mean, yeah,
Just it's wild how that
offensively,
works.
they had a lot of struggles like getting closer to the red zone and in the red zone. I think they had like
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 field goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, they
It
had
looks like
four
St.
field
Brown still
goals.
had a good game,
Yeah, the 2 touchdown
but I
scorers
think
were
he was like,
Laporta and Gibbs. So shout out to my fantasy team for that.
dang, they carried your fantasy team. That's sick.
Facts. I was down 30, and then
Good lord,
cumulative they scored like 50. Well,
that is
no, it was
insane.
like they scored like 40, and then I had a kicker. I had Riley Patterson. I think that's his name.
Ah,
Whoever the Detroit kicker was. No, wait, no,
Mr.
no, no, never
Patterson.
mind, never mind. I had Detroit's defense. That's what it
Mm,
was. So yeah, they also obviously Jimmy got benched, I think, in that game, if I remember correctly.
mm-hmm.
And the Raiders fired their coach.
Yeah, Ghetto Gronk called it. Did you see that? Shout out Ghetto Gronk. He put on his story. He was like, "This is the game. This is the game. Josh McDaniels gets fired." He
Yeah,
did.
didn't even know that. If you're on
Yeah.
IG, make sure you follow the best meme page, Ghetto Gronk. Um,
Shout out Ghetto Gronk.
Shout out Ghetto Gronk. Anyways, going into the preview. I know there's a Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
We record on Thursday nights if you're new here, so we'll talk about that. But just kind of doing a little pick 'em. Also, going a little bit into depth. It is a preview.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee Pittsburgh game going on right now. Tennessee is up at the moment, but the Steelers are in the red zone. As far as this
Yeah,
game
they're on the goal
goes,
line.
um, defensively Pittsburgh is really good, but so is Tennessee. I'm gonna go with Tennessee just because I like their defense more, and Pittsburgh unfortunately still has Matt Canada. Also, please
Yeah.
free Najee, please. Um, yeah, that's all I really have to say. Will Levis will not do what he did Sunday, but I mean, when your
No,
team is already bad, you know, if you're throwing a couple touchdowns, it's all good. So,
I still can't believe the Malik Willis squander. The Malik Willis just brush off. Makes me sad. Reminds me of like the what's his
Trey
name? The dude
Lance.
from Ole Miss. No, the dude from Ole Miss. He went to Matt something, right? Was that his name?
Oh,
Yeah,
Matt
he went to Ole
Corral.
Miss. You got Matt Corral, yeah.
Yeah, well,
No, he
he
definitely
was
got a
hurt,
shot.
but at the
Yeah,
same
because he
time,
tore his ACL.
no. It was a leg injury, but I don't know. It wasn't a ACL tear.
Well, he was like out for the year. I'm pretty sure he tore his ACL, and that's why he didn't play.
No, he got hurt again last year.
Oh,
Yeah, he got hurt
maybe
again.
that's
Ended
what it
up
was.
having like a season-ending injury. He was back from his ACL, but
Uh,
but yeah, no. I mean, I feel bad for Matt, but Malik Willis, I knew he was gonna be a fraud in the NFL, so I don't really care. Malik Willis, unless you want to come on the show and fucking talk shit to us, just let me know. Uh, but yeah. Uh, I mean, Will Levis was drafted for a reason. Also, Kenny Pickett just threw the ball into the fucking dirt on third and goal. So, feel free to pick who you have. Like I said, I have Tennessee. But
mm. Oh, yeah, I'll take. Yeah, we'll take Tennessee. We'll see if Tennessee what they can do. They have D Hop. D Hop's already got 50 yards, so we'll see if he
all
can
right,
keep going.
and then going into Sunday's window, if you are
Why
on the
is this
West
game
Coast, I'm sorry. East Coast, I'll be up at this time.
still?
9:30 a.m. We have the first Germany game of the season. And Blitzkrieg is all I'm thinking about. If you are a German citizen, should I say this?
Is it gonna be a terrible, terrible? I think it's probably gonna be awful. But you said
Uh,
we're not PG, so good.
I mean, we're not PG 13, but it's gonna be raining bombs in Germany. Tua and the Dolphins are going up against Malik Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Mhm.
This game, in my opinion, I'm gonna go ahead and outright take the Dolphins just because offensively, Kansas City has looked horrible, and I mean, unless Taylor Swift is in Germany this weekend, it's just not gonna work
Who
out for
knows?
them.
Yeah.
Also, I did just see a post where the Chiefs just flew in. I think the Dolphins have been there for a while.
Wow.
So, and also your
That feels like
quarterback's
really
coming
late.
off the flu. You know,
Now he's got to adjust for
fly.
like 3
Yeah,
days straight.
yeah.
Dang, that's kind of whack by
But who
Kansas
knows?
City.
This might be Patrick Mahomes. Fucking. We're gonna see Patrick Mahomes
This is
esque
classic
shit.
Mahomes.
Yeah, classic
This is
Mahomes
classic
shit.
Mahomes where he turns, Sky Moore into like a 3 touchdown receiver.
Yeah. But
Imagine if he
Tyreek.
had Mike Evans.
Well, Tyreek Hill did say that the Chiefs are gonna get it this weekend.
I mean,
Revenge game.
probably. I don't know how good the defense is for Kansas City.
I mean,
Probably not great.
you also got to think about Tyreek Hill is going to play against his old team that he doesn't
Mhm.
have bad blood because he didn't leave like on bad terms. It was just a negotiation issue where he obviously wanted to get paid and he deserved to because I mean he's on a historical run since joining the Dolphins.
Fastest man
So,
in the league.
so yeah, there you go. Outright taking the Dolphins.
Hmm.
Tyreek Hill anytime TD is gonna get hammered. But yeah, this is just some. Again, if you want to take my fucking picks and throw some money on there, just credit me and give me like $20. But going with the Dolphins on this. Feel free to say anything you
Yeah.
need to.
No, the only thing I was gonna say is why is
Also,
this
pray
game in
for
Germany?
Germany.
Why is this game in Germany? They don't deserve this game. They should get the fight. They should get the Falcons Vikings. Why is this
They
in
should
Germany?
get
They don't
the
deserve this good of a
Chargers
game.
Jets.
That's
No,
that sounds just like a
bro.
Germany series game.
Giants, Vegas. Giants, Raiders. Oh
The
my
Colts
god.
Panthers. Here we go. That would be a good one.
Nah, that's
The
gonna be a good
Giants
game.
Raiders. Jeez,
Giants,
we're
Raiders
going too
is
far down.
crazy.
But Dolphins Chiefs.
Dallas and Philly in
Dolphin,
Germany.
uh, Dolphins Chiefs. Let's see. I mean, yeah. Mahomes just doesn't have anybody to throw to besides Kelsey, and I don't know who have they played besides the Lions.
We have played similar teams. The Chiefs and this is a stupid way to fucking this is the most casual way to like look at
It
the
really is.
games.
I apologize, but
Um
I'm just trying to think of. I'm trying to think of any weapons Patrick Mahomes
but
has. That's not
the
Patrick
Dolphins have
Mahomes,
played the
or that's not.
Chargers and the Broncos and you know the Broncos are 1-1 with the Chiefs and they've put up a total of 28 points. And then they beat the Chargers, but historically, again, the Chargers are bad in my opinion. And then the Dolphins dropped fucking 70 on the Broncos, and we beat the fraudulent Justin Herbert. So, I mean, that's the most
Dude, the
casual
Chiefs
way
have
to look at
been
it. But
the Chiefs have been squeaking by. I don't know.
I mean, you got Jalen Waddle, you got Tyreek Hill, Cedric
Yeah,
Wilson is actually being
yeah.
used in the offense now. Mostert,
Shout out Cedric Wilson, bro.
Jeff Wilson,
He's a great wide receiver four.
and then you still got Robbie Chosen, Braxton Berrios.
Robbie Chosen. Oh, Robbie Anderson.
That's his name.
Sorry, Robbie Chosen. You're right.
Yeah.
His legal name.
And then
My bad, respect.
fuck, what's the other guy? Who's our tight end?
No clue.
Fucking Smythe.
Or
I think it's
I don't know.
Smythe. And then River
Guess he's not there
Craycraft.
anymore, is he?
River Craycraft and Braxton Berrios clear. Grit
Yeah, give me the Dolphins, man.
grit battle. Yeah, we're going with the fish.
Yeah, the
Minnesota
fish.
at Atlanta. Heineke.
Is Josh Up starting this game?
No. Heineke.
Who's the
This is
starter
your
for?
legacy game. Please. Please, I need you. I need like 3 rushing touchdowns from Heineke
Is Heineke your quarterback?
this week because
Oh,
Justin
he's
Fields
still
is
gonna bye.
still fucking hurt.
Oh, he's still hurt. Tough.
Yeah. Thankfully, this is their bye week. So, oh no, it's not. Fuck me.
Mm.
Anyways, I'm going with the Falcons on this. This is the first time you're probably gonna hear me pick the Falcons.
Wow.
No Kirk Cousins, sad. No Justin Jefferson, sad. So
Or Addison though, he's been looking good.
yeah, but he's got that rookie quarterback. What's his
I
name?
don't even know who their quarterback
I think
is.
it's a rookie. I'll let you look at that. But I'm going with the Falcons. You want to go ahead and say if you have anybody?
If it's the rookie starting, give me the Falcons. If it's not, if it's Josh Dobbs,
Dobbs isn't playing. I think
give me the Vikings.
they
Okay,
already
never mind.
announced they're starting the other guy. Dobbs
Okay,
will
never mind.
probably start
So
next week.
give me the Falcons then. Jaron Hall, that's his name.
Yeah, there you go. Was this cool?
I have no clue. I'm just looking at the depth chart from Vikings. He went to BYU.
There you go.
Storm and Mormon,
Oh my
just like
God,
old Zach Wilson
who is
himself.
this guy? Number 18 for the Titans. Lots of grit. He is just dogging the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. Just a, first in, last out kind of guy. High motor. Definitely
I'd
let
like
him
to
date
point
my
out
daughter.
George Pickens has 1 catch for 2 yards right now. I'd just like to point that out.
Oh my God. Anyways, Titans are driving into field goal range before the end of the half. But yeah, Arizona, Cleveland. I am. Oh, well, this is Kyler's first game back. But
Oh, is it?
yeah, the Browns still have PJ. Give me Kyler, man. Revive that shit.
Welcome back to Kyler. Think so.
In Kyler, we trust. I'm a Kyler fan. I know there's a lot of Kyler haters, but I'm a
I never
fan
had
of
anything
Kyler.
against Kyler, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. Just give me the
Kyler, we
Browns.
trust.
It's at home. We'll just say PJ's.
I mean,
I
historically,
don't
they
know.
have a really good defense. Obviously, they gave up a shit ton to Gardner Minshew.
I don't know.
And
We'll say
then,
PJ has a good game.
yeah,
So
all right.
give me the Browns for now.
Cardinals, Browns, differ.
Yeah.
Green Bay, Los Angeles. I need Green Bay to make this a game, and I also need Los Angeles to make this a game because I have Cooper Cup, and he has put up a total of 11 points the past 2 weeks. So please, Cooper Cup,
Oh, it's brutal.
please.
Dude, what happened to the
Oh my
Packers?
God. Will Levis just missed a touchdown.
To who?
I'll be honest. It was like, I think it was a running back. I think it was like
As
bad.
long as it wasn't DeAndre
No, I
Hopkins.
think it was Ty J Spears. I think it was like bad. What wasn't bad placement? It was like in there.
What he gets for
Oh,
not
he,
going to DeAndre
oh, he's,
Hopkins.
Ty J slipped and then just,
Dang.
yeah. Um, but yeah, outright, I'm taking Los Angeles, but I really hope this is a good game because I have both Romeo Dobbs and Cooper Cup. So please,
Mhm.
offensively, both of these teams figure it out. I think Matthew Stafford still might be hurt. I might need to double check me on that, but
Are we going to be seeing Shits and Bennett? Is he the third string or is he the second string?
I think he's the third. They had someone else play.
Tough. Yeah, he did. He played against Dallas, and I can't remember his name because I was bummed because it wasn't Stetson Bennett.
I think Shitson Bennett
Uh,
is on the practice squad, which he'll probably be elevated for this game. But
okay.
if
Yeah,
Stafford is still hurt,
I guess give me the Rams. They still have Aaron
yeah,
Donald. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, and they also have Puka and Cup.
It's true. He still had a good game against Dallas, or a decent game.
Oh,
Decent. He didn't even
also,
reach
I
50
need a
yards.
good run game from Daryl Henderson. Please save me.
Commies,
Outright,
Patriots.
yeah,
Oh, good.
commies. No, no, no. I just said outright or outright Rams.
Yeah,
Said Chargers. But anyways, yeah, Washington at New England. Mac
terrible
Jones
game.
is a good quarterback. Sam Howell. I'm sorry. Also, who the fuck is rushing for Washington?
It's not Brian Robinson, apparently.
No, no, no. I meant rushing the passer.
Oh, yeah, no one. The
I saw,
dude from.
I saw this thing where it was like, it was on the Pat McAfee show, and they were talking about Ron Rivera, and then and he was like, yeah, man, fucking Chase Young and Sweater, you know, doing shit this game, and then there's like, Coach, we traded him this week. He's like, what the fuck?
Trace Young's been a ghost all day. He's
Yeah,
in San Francisco, sir. What?
Jesus Christ. Um,
I
Give
don't
me
care who
Mac
wins this game.
Jones, the elite quarterback that deserves to be freed from the confinements of New England.
I don't know. Give me Sam Howell and the commies. Terry McLaurin
But Terry,
has a
please
good
make
day.
this a game.
Terry has a great day. Scary Terry.
I would be satisfied with a Terry 3 touchdown performance. Please,
There you go.
Terry, please save me.
I don't know. Commies just to make it interesting. Saints Bears.
The
Give me the
Aints
Saints.
versus the Bears. Give me the
Give me
Aints
the
as well.
Saints until
The
Justin Fields
Aints.
comes back. Give me the
Aints.
Saints until Justin Fields comes back, and then Bears money line for the rest of the season. The Bears. All right.
The Bears. The Aints. If JMO was starting and not fraudulent Carr, maybe I would ride that a little bit
I
more. But
cannot believe Jameis Winston still has not gotten like
I mean, they're playing
meaningful playing
Taysom
time.
before Derek Carr
That's ridiculous. Genuinely
or
insane.
before Jameis. Seattle Baltimore should be a really good game.
Yeah.
Seattle traveling all the way across the country to play Baltimore. I'm gonna go ahead and outright say the Hawks.
Wow.
But that's just because defensively, like they have some really good corners on the
Mm,
Seahawks. So this is a really good defense, but so is Baltimore. Baltimore's a really good defense, and Gino's been having some struggles this year. So I
mm,
mean, should kind of be like Cleveland's game last week, in my opinion.
mm-hmm.
But I will outright take the Hawks in this game.
Who's wide receiver one in Baltimore?
Zay has to be Zay,
I guess
even though he's
Zoto.
a
Does he
slot
even
wide
play?
receiver. He does play, man, but
He's just not
this
there.
is like Shaq Celtics. Or no, wait,
He
no.
just.
What is that? The Shaq
It
what?
is Shaq Celtics. It is Shaq
Celtics
Celtics.
Shaq.
Celtics Shaq. Oh, there's like a list of them.
Magic
Yeah.
Jordan.
Wizards Jordan.
Wizards Jordan. There you go.
Wizards Jordan. Celtics Shaq. DeAndre Hopkins Titans.
No, that's pretty good.
Kidding. Just kidding. He's having a good game.
Not yet,
Just kidding. He's
at least.
having a good game.
Devontae
Uh,
Adams Raiders. Brandon
just
Cooks
bring it up.
Cowboys.
Hey, he for some reason he's like been the most consistent player in the league. He's had a good year every year he's been in the league, and for some reason he's just like hasn't stuck with the team, and I don't know why. It's ridiculous. And for some reason Dallas just started to start using him 2 weeks ago. He had a touchdown this week. He had a good game this week.
Yeah, I mean, so did every
Never had.
other player on the fucking
It's true.
Cowboys roster.
It's true because the Rams are a good team when the Eagles beat them, but they suck now that we beat them. It's neither here nor there. It'll be settled this weekend. We'll see what happens. Um.
Tampa Bay,
Oh, sorry.
Houston.
I guess you said Hawks.
Yeah, oh yeah, outright Hawks.
Yeah, I guess I'll take them too, because why not? Seahawks.
Tampa Bay at Houston. who is a really excuse me, a really good Houston team. I
Yeah, give me
think
Houston.
um Baker Mayfield. I'm going with the Bucks, but
Really?
yeah, I mean I like Houston. I like them a lot, but I mean they struggled against the Panthers, who I mean defensively they're a good team. Like, well, defensively they have players and they played their best game, but offensively, like the Panthers are still struggling, and offensively the Texans did struggle. I mean they could bounce back, but I do believe that Tampa has a better defense than the Panthers. And offensively, they have more weapons like Mike Evans.
Mm.
Uh, and I mean, they played the Bucks or the Bills close. I mean, this is being casual as fuck, but I think the Bucks have a chance. And also, I have Kate Otten on my tight end right now because Sam Laporta is on a bye. So please, Kate Otten,
Mm.
a touchdown would be greatly appreciated. Baker, please throw it to Kate Otten. Anyways, I'm going outright Bucks. You said Texans, or what would you say?
Yeah, I'll take Texans.
Texans. All right. So Indianapolis at Carolina, 4 o'clock kickoff. It's pretty sick. I don't really see many 4 o'clock kickoffs for the Panthers. Gardner Minshew
No.
coming into town. Bryce Young and the Panthers coming off their first win of the season.
Do you think they can keep it going?
I'm taking the Panthers just because offensively, Gardner Minshew has been a turnover machine for the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
If it was Anthony Richardson here, I am taking Anthony Richardson and the Colts just because Carolina still hasn't figured it out. But I'm going to go with the
Mm-hmm.
Panthers just because it's Gardner Minshew. But who knows? Gardner Minshew had a really good game against the Browns. And also defensively, Carolina is on a high right now. So just buy right now and hopefully get their second dub of the season.
Yeah. Excuse me. I think the Panthers, you know what? Maybe they'll keep it going. Who knows? It's at home again. 4 o'clock. 65. It'll be beautiful weather there. Perfect football weather. Maybe Bryce Young gets some cooking to Thielen. Or dude, Miles Sanders has been. I feel like has he been underperforming or has he
He
been
got
doing good?
he got not benched, but he's not the starter.
Oh, what's his name? Is it
Chuba
Chuba Hubbard?
Chuba was the starter suddenly,
Wow, interesting.
and
It's
even
amazing
then,
what an offensive line can do for you.
I think his name is Raheem. I know it's Blackshear, but
Mustard.
Raheem Blackshear, I think, is running back two right now. So Miles
Wow,
Sanders, you might be a free agent.
that's wild.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, though,
Panthers, it
I
is.
think anybody could run 1,000 yards behind the Eagles' offensive line,
The Eagles,
like last year, referring to last year.
like the Eagles' offensive line last
Well,
year.
yeah, regarding to Miles Sanders having a good year last year.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I
Yep.
agree.
So he's a product of the
Uh,
Eagles' offensive line.
yeah. Um, the worst game probably to happen this year: Giants Raiders. And that's not a joke.
I'm going to go over 24 punts just because I think Las Vegas defensively will do really good. Offensively, it is a rookie quarterback.
Aiden O'Connell, right? Isn't that
I
is he
think this
playing
will
that?
be a really big defensive game, and it's probably going to come down just to what happened last week with the Jets.
Mm.
So I'm going to take the
Uh,
Raiders with this one just because you're free and your coach touches guys, or touches players. You see that?
does he? McDaniels?
No, the new coach,
No.
the interim. It was like a
Who
quote.
is
It
it?
was like he was like, "I touch the players around here."
Oh, I touched the players. Yeah, yeah, something like that.
He's gonna touch them hard. So I
Yeah.
think they feel the touch and just kind of get fired up. So I'm
Yeah, man.
Raiders,
Vegas.
and also
Give me
fuck
Vegas,
Daniel
man.
Jones.
He's not
But
even
who
playing
knows?
that game,
Saquon
probably.
might destroy the Raiders.
He could just take
I
him
think
into his hands.
I think the
Free Saquon,
offensive
man.
game plan is to hand it off to Saquon
Free Saquon.
and potentially throw one up to Jalen Hyatt.
I don't know why they haven't used him more. Like, what else? What have they been doing this year?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And then
With anybody.
arguably the
Why not?
game of the week. who should have gotten flexed to Monday night because the Monday night game
This
is
is
fucking ass. Anyways,
so
Florida,
this is the game of the week in America. Game of the
America's
week.
game of the week.
This is America's game of the week, genuinely, because the Chargers or the Chiefs in Miami are in Germany. So this is definitively
I
America's
mean,
game of the week.
but like as far as like division games this week, there's a pretty good amount. I mean, obviously, I'm just saying like three off the top of my head: Miami,
Yeah.
Kansas City, Dallas, Philly, and Buffalo, Cincinnati, which we'll get to in a second.
And Sunday
So
night, holy cow! Well, you got to
yeah,
talk about Cowboys Eagles
that's what I'm saying.
first.
These three games right here. I mean, these should have been prime time, which I guess it is prime time because it's the only game on. But
Yeah.
if you're on the West Coast, I do apologize
Mm,
because good luck waking up at 6:30 on a Sunday after a Saturday, especially if you
um,
party.
for real. Cowboys Eagles. It's a big game.
I'll
It's a
let you
huge game.
talk. You got this.
Uh,
Let him
it's a big
cook.
game. I've heard. I've heard that I don't know. I think Jalen Hurts hurt his knee or something like that last game.
I heard you talking about that.
Um, yeah, I was just reading on the headlines there. I just caught the end of it and I saw that they beat Washington. Um, but I don't know. That could come into play. Feels like that could be an excuse if they lose. Jalen's knee was hurt. Sorry, Dak's thumb was broken, but he didn't play. Jalen might play. Who knows? Jalen also didn't play last year when we played him. So I just want to see a healthy matchup. No more excuses. Just a healthy matchup. Everybody healthy all around. Um, it's in Philadelphia. Thank the Lord we're going to Philadelphia. I realize it's November already, but luckily we're not going to Philadelphia in
December.
December. Yeah. Um, I don't know. It's really a toss up because you get 3 points automatically, like favored if you're a home team. So it's pretty close, as is. Um, I don't know. It just depends on what Dallas team shows up, man. It really does. If they go out and play like they did against San Francisco, I mean, you know the result. Philly's gonna kill them. But if they come out and play and they have a game plan, I don't know. I think it. I don't think it'll be a blowout if Dallas wins. It'll definitely close. I don't think it could easily be a blowout if Dallas plays the way they have in the past. Uh, as far as the Eagles blowing them out, but
Pause.
I don't know. If the Eagles blow their back out, it could be bad.
Whoa. Boom. Where's it
Anyway, I'll take the Cowboys. That was really
at? Pause.
uh yeah, I'll take the Cowboys just because Homer, but we'll see. It'll be close. We'll see if we can. I don't know. Deron Bland's been playing really good. No one's talking about him, but he has as many touchdowns as Devontae Smith. And he's a cornerback. So do with that as you will. Um, I don't know. We'll see. AJ Brown's gonna be really tough to cover. I don't know. That's all I got. Rick, you have any more insights?
Um, Nothing really much to say other than Dallas really needs this.
I
Like,
didn't hear what you said. You cut out.
nothing really much to say other than like Dallas needs this one.
Yes.
Like, I think as far as like games, like who can afford to lose this? Like Dallas
Philly can't.
cannot afford to lose this game whatsoever,
No.
especially like
No.
momentum wise. That's the only really thing I have to say. I mean, as far as the game goes, I hope these games like or these teams like not hurt each other, but like make like it's gonna be a dirty game, but like just keep it close, make it a game. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
want to see a blowout. As far as like
Mm-hmm.
the coin toss goes, I'm gonna go with Philly, just
Mm-hmm.
because I have more faith in Jalen than I do Dak, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously Philly's at home, so it's the only
Yeah.
thing. That's the only things that I really. But defensively, both these teams are really good.
Yeah.
Offensively, they still have struggles, but I like the weaponry that Philly has over the weaponry that Dallas has. So I'm just gonna
Yes.
go
Speaking
Philly.
of weaponry. Speaking of weaponry, I don't know. He might play this week. I don't know if he played last week, but Kevin Byard might play this week.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, even like I said, defensively, both of these teams are stacked. That what's his name? The DB for you guys. He has like
Uh,
3 or 4 pick sixes.
yeah, that's what I was talking about. Deron Bland.
Bland, man, yeah, Bland. I mean, he's
Yeah,
an interception machine, like
yeah.
right
He's
now.
like a more calculated Diggs. Like
Yeah,
he takes risks, but he doesn't take as many as Diggs does.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, like I said, defensively, but also Elias Ricks, rookie out of Bama, because fuck LSU. He is locking down a lot of good wide receivers. Tyreek Hill is
Does he play for
one
the
of them.
Eagles?
Yeah. So
Does he really?
he stepped in because I think I want to say Slayton was hurt, or I think he's their slot
Oh yeah, their
corner.
secondary was like super thin, I think, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's been stepping in, and I mean he's been locking down.
Oh, the Eagles have
So
Julio Jones. Completely forgot about that because he scored
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
past
Well,
week.
that's what I'm saying. Like weaponry, like AJ Brown, since like the argument with Jalen has been
Celtics
dogging.
Shaq, Eagles Julio.
Jesus. No, no, no. Titans Julio.
When Hall of Famers join a team just to get a ring.
Yeah, I mean he might get a
Sad.
ring out of it.
Chris Paul, Chris Paul Warriors.
That's what I was about to say too when you said Chris Paul. I was like Chris Paul Warrior, but
Sunday night
shit.
game could be
Yeah.
a fantastic
Oh,
game.
who do you got?
Oh yeah, I said Cowboys.
Oh, Cowboys. Yeah, I mean, I figured you would, but I just wanted to.
Yeah,
I wanted to hear you
only.
say it just so I can record
I
this
think the
for
only
when they
time, the
lose.
only,
I'm
the
kidding.
only time I said not Cowboys was against 49ers, and that was my correct pick. I said 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, your
I got it right.
reverse
It did not work.
psychology did not work.
It just straight up was
Um,
psychology.
Buffalo Cincy.
Great game,
I want to
potentially.
say it, but I can't say it because I don't think it's right. But hey, you know who fucking cares? They can cancel us. I saw this TikTok and it was like the Cam Newton staring at the Seahawks, like when they
Yeah,
were walking out, when like Prime
yeah, yeah.
Cam and the
They were in
fucking
Seattle.
yeah, and
Yeah, yeah.
it was like T Higgins staring at the Bills defense running out.
Oh, because Demar. I saw something. It was like
If
Demar
DeMar's
Hamlin
active,
just do
give me
something
the
funny.
Bills. Which I'm kidding. That's horrible. Anyways,
What's the
prayers for
over
DeMar.
under that you hear the story about Demar Hamlin again?
How many times?
Sometime. Yeah, how many times did they mention
I'm going
what
over
happened to him?
3.
Probably. I think they'll probably have a story about him,
Oh my God, Chris
like a
Collinsworth.
feature.
Oh God. Here's a guy.
No, here's a guy. You know, Demar. He's just a good dude. I heard Demar wasn't even that great before he got hurt.
Oh my God. Before he
I'm
fucking
serious.
died.
Yeah, I'm serious. I heard he
He
wasn't great.
wasn't bad.
We'll see.
I don't think he was bad.
He wasn't like
He was like
all
a
pro.
like I think like a 5th year senior at Pitt. So I mean
I have no
he's
clue.
been there for a while.
Props to him for coming back. That's crazy. The comeback that he's had. You know, has he played yet this year?
Yeah. Yeah, he's played like
He has,
one.
right?
But anyways, I hate the fucking Bills, so give me the Bengals.
Give me the Bengals, man. Joey B was looking good last week in
Uh
San Francisco.
yeah.
Comes back home.
And I
Can have a good week
think
against the Bills.
the Bengals have the Bills numbers like past couple seasons. So give me the
Mm-hmm.
Bengals.
The
Uh
Bungles.
and also Josh Allen is a fraud. Anyways, we got fraudulent Herbert against Zach Milf Hunter
Milf
Wilson.
Hunter. Zach Wilson.
Just because I hate the Chargers, give me the Jets. I think Sauce is playing in this game. I think he's been hurt.
Yeah, I think you're right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. He was hurt last week.
And
Uh,
the new Jets coming off a thriller of a game last week against the Giants. So
the Jets have a winning record, man. That's crazy.
oh my
Um,
God, Harris just busted out like a 30-yard run.
Aji.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna say Chargers, man. The Jets just aren't that good,
Send us home. Take us
unfortunately.
home, Buck. Because we're at an hour and a half.
Good lord. Apologies to everybody. There's no one listening this far. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, anyways,
Yeah.
Jets, go ahead.
Give me the Chargers, man. This Jets are not that good.
Jets are not that good. Buck quotes. Anyways, guys,
Yeah.
that will do it for the day. Well, we'll do it for the week because we record these weekly. Uh, College football wise, really good weekend. Roll Tide, obviously. NFL wise, some really good key matchups that you will probably see again in the playoffs. So definitely keep an eye on those. And yeah, nothing much else to say other than thank you and appreciate you guys for tuning in for the ninth episode. Number 9 next week. Double digits. We're getting there.
Wow.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything, supporting us. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new. Love. And also follow us on Instagram and X. We don't post as much, but we're going to get there eventually. We are in the middle class, the working class. Buck is a full time student. I am a full time worker. So we do have lives outside of this. This is the only time we get to talk shit about sports. Well, not really, but only time we get to record and talk shit. But yeah, I
This is a
appreciate you guys.
designated time to talk
Yeah, this
shit.
is this is a designated shit talk time.
That's what we should call it.
That
We're
should
gonna
be the name of
rebrand,
the show.
guys. That's
Yeah,
the whole thing. Yeah.
we're rebranding.
Yes.
Anyways, appreciate you guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Anything you want to say, Buck?
Go boys.
Go
We
boy,
them boys.
Bo
Go balls. We
boys,
them boys.
Bo boys.
Bo boys.
Anyways, appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Peace and love. Roll Tide.
Ball.